Hi, my name is Amanda Trim, and today I'm going to be demonstrating how to easily slice garlic. Couple things to note: you'll see my hair is up and I'm wearing an apron. This is so I have an easy way to wipe my hands if I need to. The first thing that you want to make sure of is that you've got the right tools. So, you see here we have our garlic ready to go. I have a sharp knife. I made sure that it was sharp before I started this. A cutting board. And then I also have this paper towel. And the reason I have that is whenever you're working in the kitchen, you want to make sure you've got a place to put your garbage so that you're not running back and forth to the trash can. In this case, we don't have a lot of garbage, so I chose just to use a little sheet of paper towel. The first thing I want to demonstrate is how to peel the garlic. There are a couple different techniques for doing this. I'm going to demonstrate two of those. One way, if you want your garlic to be nice and kind of keep its shape, is just to take your knife, press it against your garlic, use the palm of your hand, and gently push down on it. What that's going to do is loosen the skin and allow you to easily peel it off. And you can see that you haven't done a lot of damage to your garlic. Another way, when you're slicing garlic, is if you're not so concerned about it keeping its shape and you want smaller pieces, you can take your knife, same technique, except for instead of pressing on it, you're going to pop it. And you can see what that does. It really gets that skin loose and breaks that garlic up for you. And I use that technique more if I'm going to be mincing my garlic. I'll say we're going to be slicing. One of the key things when you're working with a knife in the kitchen is that you want to hold it properly and you want to protect your fingers while you're holding the food. So the first thing with your knife is you're going to grab the handle of the knife and you're going to put these 3 fingers underneath the handle. Your pointer finger is going to lay on the back side and your thumb is going to lay like this. So you can see I'm literally gripping it with my pointer and my thumb and holding it tightly in my hand with my other 3 fingers. What this does is this gives me a steady control over the knife and keeps it from wobbling all over the place. If I was just to go like this, I don't have a lot of control. By holding it like that, I have more control over that knife. First thing I want to do, the other thing is when your other hand, whenever you're holding food, you want to make sure that your fingers are in like this. This is to keep from exposing them. If you hold it like this, you run the risk of slicing right into your fingers. So my fingers are like this. The first thing I want to do is chop that little end off because I don't need that. Put that over there. Now, when you're slicing garlic, this is what I found to be the easiest way to do it. You want to butt your knife up against the garlic, slide over a little bit, put your tip of the knife on your cutting board, and then you want to come down and slice. Rock back up, tip still on the board, come down and slice. Rock back up, come down and slice. Rock back up, come down and slice. Rock back up, come down and slice. So what you can see is that my knife is never leaving the board. I'm not going like this. That runs risk of hurting yourself and also making a big mess. My knife is just never leaving the board. To demonstrate how this technique works in a faster motion, I'll use this other piece of garlic and I'll do it a little bit faster. Again, noting my thumb is in, my fingers are in, and this is to protect me from cutting my fingers. And you can just see how fast that goes. The other beautiful part about that is by doing it that way, you can get real close on your garlic. You only have a little stub left, and then you can just go like that if you want to finish that piece off. Now, one other thing to demonstrate that is important, you notice that I came down hard with the knife. It's very important to do that to make sure you cut all the way through. If you don't come down hard with that knife, let's say you just go like this, you're going to wind up, with a fan of garlic that I seem to have lost over here. Anyway, you're going to wind up with a fan of garlic if you don't come down hard enough with that knife. So it is important to make sure you come down nice and hard with that knife. But if you do it in that sliding motion, you're going to keep from cutting yourself and you're going to make it a lot easier on yourself when slicing that garlic. One other thing I want to demonstrate is that the same technique works for fresh herbs. Let's say you want to do a chiffonade of fresh basil. And a chiffonade is just a fancy French word for slicing it so it's confetti style. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my basil leaves. You would have washed and dried these. I'm going to lay them inside each other like this. Oops, put that one down there since it's a little bigger. I'm going to take them now and roll them up, just like that. And I'm going to use the same exact technique for the basil I do with the garlic. Thumb in, fingers in, point of the knife is on the board, and I come down, and I'm doing it in a rocking and sliding motion. And you can see what that does, is it gives me my confetti basil. And that is how it's done.